right. So this is actually take 2. Because I screwed up on the first take. Again, I'm making teapots. So I'm going to make the body and the lid in this video. And maybe in the next video I'll kind of show how I make the handle and the spout. All of my teapots are side-handled teapots. Really like how they look, how they work and feel ergonomically. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my right thumb, establish my hole, open her up a little bit. From there, I'm going to drag my right thumb close to my right hand and up along my palm. It's going to even the walls out, compress my rim so that's relatively even. Slow my wheel down, a little bit of water. Slip is great if you got it on your hands too. Start your pulls, get the walls to a relatively satisfactory thinness. Keep your rim a little bit thick. If you're going to make a gallery, like I will. And then you can kind of start to shape it. I will usually shape like the bottom 3/4 by pulling up. And then make sure that I have the diameter that I want for the top, where the lid's going to sit. Wall thinness that I want. So what I'm doing now is I'm really pulling with my middle finger, my right hand, but my left thumb kind of holds this in place while I do that. So my middle finger on my left hand and the right hand are working together, while the one on my left hand kind of stays and keeps everything in place at the rim. You know, everyone's got their favorite form for teapots. To be honest, I don't really have one yet. The one that my hands tend to like the most is going to be kind of like this more of a flatter than tall teapot form. Get all the water out from the inside first. Right. And then I'll make the gallery. Make sure we're still recording. Yes, we are. This is what I screwed up in the first take. So let's see if I do it right this time. So ideally you have a tool with a flat surface, right? I do not, because all my tools are at the studio. Yep. So I'm going to be using this kind of curved, what is this? Curved part of this tool, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use that to make an impression on the rim here. While I do that, I'm going to hold my left thumb underneath the rim. and push it down. And you'll notice as I did that, the entire teapot form kind of slumped. Why that happens is because I wasn't bracing enough with my left finger, right? So when I push down to make that gallery here, push the entire teapot form down. It's real easy to fix. I just kind of cup the entire thing with my hands, collar the entire thing in. Gallery will remain, and you can kind of refine the form again. Try not to touch the gallery while you do that. If you do, you can kind of smooth it out, press it in with your right and left hand. Right hand's doing most of the, I guess, shaping of the gallery. Left hand just kind of braces it so I don't push the entire form down again. And there you go. That's a teapot body. Right? Go ahead and take my wooden knife. Make an incision where I want that foot to be roughly. Does not have to be exact. Take my open-ended wire tool. Let go with my left hand. Pull it through firmly with my right. Now it's cut. I'm going to lift it. So I'm going to twist like that, right? And I'm going to cone her down. Cone it back up. Now, you know, usually you'd have a pair of calipers. You'd kind of measure, like, okay, here's the lid, or the gallery, and then I'm going to measure the lid when I make it. Since this is really just kind of a demonstration, I'm not super concerned about measurement. I've also gotten quite good at just eyeballing. So, you know, I can throw a teapot form and throw a lid that pretty closely matches that diameter. Really just comes from lots and lots of practice. Like, so much practice. So I didn't mention this the other day, but another reason why I throw off the hump a lot is because, you know, the more you do this, the more you're sitting down at the wheel. You know, I'm only 24 years old, but my back is not in great shape. So throwing off the hump kind of lets me keep my back straighter. So I'm not working down here, I'm working up here, right? So I can sit up straight. Obviously, you could just raise your wheel height. That'd be too easy now, wouldn't it? So I'm going to make the lid. Cone her up like way smaller than you would for teapot. Flatten her out a little bit. Now it's going to depend on what kind of lid you want, right? So you can open it up and make like a really shallow bowl. Kind of like this, right? And continue to pull that form out. There's a massive air bubble in there. Didn't get it out. So I'm going to go ahead and throw another one for you real quick. So again, this is kind of throwing a shallow bowl. Open it up, right? And then I'll kind of insert my, I don't know if y'all can see this, but I'm inserting my right thumb and bracing my right pinky against the side of it. I'm just going to kind of push my right thumb down and drag it towards my right pinky. Stop. Compress my rim. Pressure with both my left and right hands. Pulling it out. Nice kind of a shallow bowl form. Now this is throwing the lid upside down. I'll show you where you'd trim. After you've thrown it. Now, I screwed up again. I'm actually not going to edit any of this, just because I think it's important for students to see screw-ups and how I fix them. So needle tool, cut the lid, pull it off, smooth it out again. Right? So it's not the end of the world if you screw up. It was too wide anyway. That's actually perfect. Compress the rim of the lid. Make sure it's kind of spinning evenly. Now I've left quite a bit to trim on the bottom down here. That's totally fine with me. If you don't want that much though, you can kind of choke it a little bit. Now that's going to cause the center of the inside to start to sink down. Just be aware of that. It's going to change the silhouette of your piece, of your lid rather, excuse me. It's all right. I'm okay with that, especially here. Because I want the lid to kind of have a bowl shape to it. Right, so that's great. I'm going to go ahead and take my wooden knife, mark a cut there, and I'm going to rotate it so it's not facing this way. Right, I'm going to turn it this way. Hold the bottom of the lid just with these two fingers. I'm going to go in very firmly. Just cut all the way through to the center. And it comes right off. And that's going to be my lid, right? Go ahead and put that right on my teapot, just so y'all can see what that looks like. I've just warped the hell out of this, but you can see I'll trim this part away, right? Just for demonstrations purposes, I can throw like different kind of lid. So this one I'll throw right side up. Still recording. So this one I'm going to throw with the knob on top. So I'll actually throw the form of the knob really loosely, because you can always kind of refine it later when you trim. Now obviously this is not just a teapot demo, this is really just like a lidded thing demo of how to make a jar, basically, because a teapot is just a jar with spouts, or a spout rather. So if I'm throwing a lid right side up, right, center of the hump is here, right up here, I'm going to push just short of the center with my thumb. What that does is it starts to kind of create this little hump in the center. I'm going to take my pinky, these two fingers, 3 points of contact. 2 is not enough. I'm going to start to shape it. And pretty happy with that. You can make it taller, skinnier. I really like to throw my knobs loosely. Kind of gives a more animated feel to the pot. And then from here I'll kind of choke the sides here while I'm bracing the sides of the actual the lid itself. So I get this kind of thing. And if you want, you know, you can kind of apply pressure, both fingers, thin it out a little bit, change the contour. See if the lid fits. It's just a tad big, which is perfect. It's better to throw your lids a little bit bigger and trim them down than if you were to throw them smaller, right? You can always trim stuff away. It's a lot harder to add stuff than to trim stuff away. So, take my wooden knife again. Make a little mark where I want that cut. Turn my tool 90 degrees so it's flat like this. Insert all the way through to the middle, pick it up, and that's it. I'm going to throw another teapot just because I want to. They got a lot of clay under me right now. So open it up. And I won't talk at all during this one. All right. Now keep in mind, I do not make like British style teapots. My teapots are not even Japanese style, because Japanese style teapots are like 300 milliliters pretty commonly. What the teapots I make are more for, it's called gongfu tea. It's a Chinese style of tea ceremony. Often use really quite small tea vessels to brew really tasty, concentrated brews of just amazing flavor and tea. Right, up. If you guys want to see what measuring looks like, right? We got calipers. get the measurements for the internal diameter of the gallery. And then I'll flip them for when I make the lid. The lid will fit right in here. Yeah? I'm gonna go ahead and take my knife tool, make that cut, right? Wire tool, open on one end, so there's nothing on this end, my left hand. Let go with my left hand, confidently pull through with my right. So now cut, stop the wheel if you want, twist and pull up, and it'll come right off, right? So, if you guys want to look at that, that's how I think you can see it. That's how it looks. Yeah, right? And I made a lid already, so you guys know how to do that. That's it.